This video is supported by Upbeat. Hi, I'm Stu, and welcome back to another video tutorial. Today, I'm leaving my comfort zone behind, and we're looking at creating copyright-free music using an app called Launchpad by Amplify. Now, if you haven't used the Launchpad before, it's basically a sort of keyboard with rubber pads on it, and this is obviously the virtual version of that, where you can program in samples, loops, one-hits, retriggers, that kind of thing, and then play them live. But for our purposes, we're going to download a set of samples and then play them through. Now at the moment I've got Cinematic Symphony loaded up, so let's take a look at that first of all. Now you've got two ways of getting started. You can either tap on a sample individually, see what you like, and then build up your music from there. Or, working from left to right, you've got your drums, your percussion, your bass, and then 3 rows of melody. The 2 orange rows after that are special effects that are either one-hits or retriggers, but they don't loop. Anything with a circle indicates a loop. A retrigger is a line with a stroke at the end of it, and a one-hit is just a line. So you can either tap on, as I've said already, the different rows individually, or you can work through what is effectively the templates, and the producers that have created these samples have lined them up so that you can play them all together as a row. And to do that, all you've got to do is swipe from left to right. And then if you go from right to left, you will switch off the effects, and then you can just start on another row. Another way to stop is to press the stop button top right, which is a more immediate way, and then again, swipe. You can see the sounds are coming out. So if you like this row, for example, but let's say you preferred the bass from the previous row, just tap through. And let's say we didn't quite want as much melody. Switch them off individually. Listen to our drums, percussion, and bass, and then reactivate the melodies. So you could leave it as is, or maybe add one more melody in. For example, we could put in dark strings. And then you've got your one-hit effects, and they come in. And then they go back out again. Now once you've got a track that you like, what I'm going to do is come in and lower the volume a bit so you can hear me. That's a bit better. Do the other two. And once you've got a setup that you like, what I tend to do is screenshot it. That obviously gets saved to your Photos app. Now if there was a particular order you liked to start your performance, so for example we could start with the drums, then bring in the bass, then the percussion, then the dark strings, and then finally the piano. Just write and mark up an order. Tap done, save to Photos, and then what I do is I sit with my iPhone and look at the screenshot that's been created and loaded over, and then play them back using that screenshot. So this is what I call Launchpad recipes. It allows you to see what squares you've been tapping and then work from there. Let's stop this just now. You can load up your Photos app as a floating app, and then you can then see the marked up recipe there, and then just tap through it. So Outcast Heavy, third from the top, and then we go down one to Hero Strings, bass, and then back up to Action Tops for our percussion. And then we can go over to Dark Strings, and then finally Action Piano. And then once you've got everything going, you can move that out of the way, and you could hit an SFX if you wanted to. So if you've got a sound that you like, all you've then got to do is tap record and then start recording it for the duration that you want it to run for your film. But you could do short snippets and then edit them up individually in the likes of an app called Wavepad, which we'll look at in another video tutorial. Today we're just looking at the basics. We'll stop recording there. And again, you could just switch things off. And just go down them individually. See what works for you, basically. And then press stop to switch everything off. And you can then choose maybe a different piece of music. And to do that, you tap on the home button, and you can either go with what's in your library. As you can see, I've got quite a big choice going on there, or you can go into the genres. So I tend to hang out in cinematic, EDM, folk, hip hop, lo-fi, synth pop, that kind of thing. You've also got soundtracks there as well. So for example, we could choose Soaring Cadency. This is one I haven't played before, so what you can do is you can play the sample. So we've got a vocal going on there. So we just tap download, then tap open. That relaunches the pad with Soaring Cadency on board. And from there, again, you could do it on an individual basis. See what comes up. Or work it as a complete sample. don't have to mark it up just now, you can mark it up later on if you want. Practice bringing in at different levels. So all I'm going to do is tap done, save the photos, and that's them saved. And that means I can sit with my phone, and if I switch it off just now, hopefully I'll have the recipe over on my phone in a little second. And once you've got it on your phone, you can then just load up the sounds. Get things going, press record. If you're looking for a nice mellow background track, got you covered. Another thing you can do is if I tap on volumes down here, you can control on an individual basis the volumes. Just so you don't hear everything at the same level. We've also got filters, which are low and high pass effectively. Example with the vocal. Double tap to reset. And you've also got effects, so you can stop it, get it going again. You've got different stutter levels. As well as breaks, I think you call these, and distortions. You get the idea. I'll just stop recording just now and stop that. You can also set the beats per minute. I tend to not touch these too much, but you could lower it down or raise it up. And you can also choose the note that you're actually playing in. So for example, we could just move this over to an E and then start playing about. And that gives you a completely different vibe. So in the note of E, here's the mix. I could put it back to B, and that's B sharp. Again, I'm not musical, so I'm just kind of using this by feel, if that makes sense. And you can set the beats per minute by tapping at it with your Apple Pencil. Or you can just press reset. And this is why I don't muck about with this too much. If you want to also, you can go in and alter the pads. You can change them from loops to one shots to re-triggers. You can control the volume of an individual pad, and you could also choose what ear that's coming out of as well. And there are literally hundreds and hundreds of different samples from all the different genres of music you can bring back in. Tap on effects, and again you can go in and alter the effects, and then just tap again to go back to the main pad. After that, it comes down to your own creativity. So I've got one called Signal, which I think's in the cinematic end of things yet is, and we can just play the sample. It's very cinematic. Tap, let it load up, and then I've already got an arrangement ready. So we start off with falling guitar, add in the bass, falling heavy, then add in the second melody, which is retrieve guitar, and then the vocals, supply dank, and low huge drums with supplied percussion. And that's the track now playing. Recording that, start off with pressing record, and then just tap buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you just introduced your musical track. And then you can mix it up a bit. And that's us back to the original arrangement. Once you finish recording, you've got enough length there, stop that, and then you can just stop the whole thing. When you're ready to export, just go up to the 3 dots up here, tap on recordings, and then you can see the latest recording is the one at the top. And all you've got to do is choose between AAC or WAV, and if you want to, you can listen to it. And you can also give it a title, which I think we'll call this one More Signal, Less Noise. And then from there, tap on Share Audio or Share Video. If you do Share Video, it will just give you a Launchpad graphic and pop it into your Photos app. And what I like to do is share audio and then save it into my files and then pop it into my media folder and then audio assets and then tap save. And that's it saved. So if we close that down and we now go into our files, you can see if I go to my iCloud Drive, my media, audio assets, there we have our music, more signal, less noise. Sounds good to me. Tap done. And then if I want to bring that into LumaFusion, then all I've got to do is go to Files, tap on my media drive, tap on Audio Assets, and there it's there. More signal, less noise, .wav. I can then drag that down, and you can see I can play it through. Now let me show you, just very quickly, I keep a template for my screen recordings called Video Tutorial Template, funnily enough. If we tap on that, you'll see another piece I recorded, which I called A Quiet Place, and it's got the iPad graphic, the rough stone background, little Stu animation, my social medias, and also my subscribe animations. But below all that is background music that I use most of the time. Now, what volume I tend to set that to goes between sort of -3 up to -15. It really just depends on my own voice level and what I've set that to how much I decrease the volume in the background. Generally speaking though, this is set to volume in the configuration auto for ducking, and then when I bring in my screen recordings they're set to master. Then that way the music in the background, in this case this piece called A Quiet Place, automatically gets ducked down and made a little bit quieter than it normally would be, and then I just fine tune it here. Upbeat are supporting today's video, and if you haven't heard of Upbeat before, it's a relatively new site that allows creators like myself to download all manner of different beats, tunes and music completely free of charge with no copyright claims. All you've got to do is just tag Upbeat and link to their code in your description and you're good to go. So let me show you. If I go into my favorites and we go to Tribe, then press play, you can listen to the music, see it playing on the timeline below. And once you're ready, tap download. This generates a specific license code. You download the MP3 and the little segment here, music from Upbeat free for creators, and then the Upbeat link, license code, copy that and you put that into your description in your YouTube video, and that's you. You'll not receive any copyright strike claims on your channel and you can use it as much as you want, and if you want to you can go premium at £7 a month, which works out about $9–10. Thanks to Upbeat for sponsoring this video. Hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If I've earned your subscription today, then subscribe, and don't forget to tick the little bell and I'll notify you of the next time I'm uploading a video tutorial, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.